The newsday continues here in One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Here are the top stories of the hour. President Bongbong Marcos vows that his government will work to nurture and develop the hard-earned freedoms and opportunities gained after the country's independence. The president delivered this message in Independence Day program at the Quirino Grandstand after kicking off this year's celebration with a wreath-laying ceremony at Rizal Park. While the country has been liberated from colonizers 125 years ago, the president says the Philippines still has a, quote, daunting journey ahead. Marcos Jr. says the Filipino strife does not end with the proclamation of independence in 1898, as Filipinos must still break free of the shackles of poverty and inequality. For this reason, the president vowed to implement the Philippine Development Plan and other policies to create a conducive environment that enables Filipinos to exercise true human freedom.
It is said that there are manifold unfreedoms prevailing in society that stand in the way of human development. These are the corrosive political and social conditions that make the nation not as free as we would like to profess and to believe, such as poverty, inadequate economic opportunities, disabling rather than enabling living conditions, inequality, and apathy. We will strive to remove the unfreedoms. We will aim to feed the hungry, free the bound, and banish poverty. These are primordial moral and existential imperatives that are laid upon your government.
The commemoration of Independence Day was also held in Malolos, Bulacan. Banners of red, white, and blue were hung below a row of Filipino flags at Barasoain Church. Wreaths have also been placed at the monument of Emilio Aguinaldo near the church. Spotted in attendance were Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo and Bulacan Governor Daniel Fernando. Despite the gloomy weather, a stage has also been set up for a program to commemorate the country's independence, while police officers were deployed in the area. The Albay provincial government reports that over 13,000 residents or almost 7,000 families have been evacuated amid the intensifying unrest of the Mayon volcano. Authorities say they are now anticipating the worst-case scenario, which is the escalation of the alert level from 3 to 4 or the possibility of a hazardous eruption. Classrooms in San Jose Elementary School are now filled to the brim with evacuees. Some of them are starting to get sick, as each classroom is housing at least 10 families. Aside from congestion, evacuees are also concerned over the threat of lahar flow from Mayon, especially as monsoon rains intensify. On Sunday night, PHIVOLCS observed lava flow from the summit of Mount Mayon. The Mayon illuminated the night sky on Sunday as hot lava blocks slid down the volcano slopes. As of yesterday, PHIVOLCS reported at least 3 volcanic earthquakes and 164 rockfall events. PHIVOLCS also recorded at least 2 pyroclastic density currents, which is composed of hot ashes, shattered lava, and hot volcanic gases that rapidly flow from the volcano's crater. The volcano's alert level has now a higher possibility of being raised to 4.
Mas higher na po yung probability na magkaroon ng explosive eruption. We're hoping na hanggang dito lang, ganyan lang yung behavior niya, pero still, maganda na po yun na nagpa-evacuate na tayo.
Despite this, the Civil Aviation Authority says operations of the Bicol International Airport remain normal, though flight cancellations have been declared in relation to the unrest of Mayon volcano. But flying of any aircraft close to the volcano is still prohibited. While the Mayon volcano is expected to continue exhibiting heightened activity, a leading volcanologist says the likelihood of a violent eruption similar to that of Mount Pinatubos in 1991 is minimal. Paul Alanis of the PHIVOLCS Mayon Volcano Observatory says the current activity observed from the volcano, including the glow from its crater, does not even warrant raising the alert level from 3 to 4. Alanis notes that based on its history, eruption of Mayon volcano is more frequent compared to Mount Pinatubo in Zambales. The perfect cone of Mayon is attributed to its frequent eruptions, but Alanis noted that none of these eruptions were ever violent. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Heads up, motorists. Filling up your tanks may feel heavier on your pockets as oil companies are seen to hike prices this week. Based on a projection by UniOil, diesel prices are seen to go up by 1 peso 30 centavos to 1 peso and 50 centavos per liter starting tomorrow, June 13. A liter of gasoline, on the other hand, is projected to climb up by 1 peso and 30 centavos. If implemented, the upcoming oil price hike will follow a week of rollbacks on fuel prices. Meralco has announced an increase in power rates for the June billing period. At least 4 centavos will be added per kilowatt hour, bringing the overall electricity rate to 11 pesos and 9 centavos per kilowatt hour. This was driven by the completion of distribution-related refunds. The upward adjustment translates to an increase of around 84 pesos for residential customers consuming 200 kilowatt hours. Meralco noted, though, that the power rates may decrease amid the rainy season.
Usually ho yung consumption peaks from March to June, but starting July and this early, the weather forecaster Pag-asa already announced that we are in the rainy season. So you will also similarly see consumption patterns go lower compared to the summer months.
And that's it for this hour. I'm Diego Castro. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. We are One News, all sides, all the time.